welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Diane Florio with the DNA Realty team, powered by Keller Williams. And I thought that I'd take a little time today with my friend here and insurance expert, Melissa Pytak with CRV Insurance. So Melissa, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks, Diane. I'm Melissa Pytak with Kerry Richmond of Viking Insurance, and today we're here talking about inspections and what's going on with the real estate market. So I wanted to ask you, Diane, what are your thoughts right now on folks that are deciding to waive or thinking about waiving the home inspection as a way to leverage themselves in this very competitive market? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's a great question, and yes, some of that is occurring from what I understand. I personally, with my clients and all, I always still advocate that we get that inspection, whether they just use it for their own, information. But I do know and I understand there are people who are choosing to just forgo it for, like you said, because the belief is that, we'll just keep it as clean and simple and not be too much of a bother as a buyer, and we'll just forgo that part of the process. So my professional and personal perspective is I would really encourage you to not. I would still say get it, but I do understand perhaps why people are doing it. But I'm more curious on the impact that has on insurance. Is there any impact when that happens?
Yes, there is. So from an insurance perspective, one thing that's important to understand here is a buyer can choose, if they want to, even though you're advising against it, they can choose to waive that home inspection. What's important to understand is that after the closing occurs, the insurance company is still going to inspect the home. That is mandatory. That cannot be waived. And the potential implication there is if the insurance company discovers pre-existing damage to the home, it will be the new buyer's responsibility to make those repairs in a timely fashion, or they're risking potentially having the insurance canceled. So that being said, what would you suggest to somebody who is trying to come in with the most competitive offer possible and they're tossing around the idea of waiving an inspection just to leverage their bid? What would be your sound advice?
Yeah, so like I said, my sound advice is let's have that inspection, because it's more for you as a buyer regardless. Whatever market we're in, that inspection is yours. You're paying for it. It's for you to know what you're buying, the condition of the home you're getting. The only difference in this market is we may not use it as a bargaining tool. We may not ask for certain kinds of repairs. Of course, it all depends on the degree of what that repair is. But typically, I still say get it. You have it, it's your information, and then you know what you're getting into and know the things you need to do in terms of, proceeding forward and buying the home. That's my advice.
Great advice. Thanks, Diane.